Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. The Kenya Kwanza led team leader ICHUNGWA, who is also the National Assembly Majority Leader, said the committee has begun the most difficult work of the dialogue. He went on to say, "We have considered reports of the technical teams and we have issues of both convergence and divergence." On the other side, Kalonzo Musyoka, who is the leader of the team leader within the Azimio faction, said the team will meet on Thursday ahead of their scheduled meeting to agree on measures of actual engagement. He went further to say, "There are issues we have agreed on, but there are others we are yet to strike a common ground. For example, we have agreed on the reconstitution of IEBC, but we have not agreed on how." He also went further to say, "We want Kenyans to know we stand with them." So, in a nutshell, what the two leaders are trying to tell us that there are issues which they have agreed on. That's what to talk about the issue of convergence and divergence. But there are issues which they have not agreed on. There are issues which they have agreed on, but how to actualize those facts is what is still pending. So Kalonzo Musyoka hinted at something. I listened to the closing remarks from Kalonzo Musyoka when he talked about the Thursday plan, whereby there's going to be a meeting, I think, whereby the media will not be there, but they can be called thereafter when if they have done with their session. Then he talked about a session on Friday, whereby on Friday there is going to be a 20-minute session allocated for each and every speaker who has been selected. Those are, they refer to as stakeholders.
Commander said the issues of convergence, we don't want the media to walk out of here saying all agreed, because we all know, for example, there's convergence or the need to reconstitute the IEBC, but the how is not been agreed. So that is an area of convergence, for example. So I agree in principle that, things like those. And we are taking our work, of course, as seriously as can be imagined. And we want the country to know we are with you. Kimani has reiterated that now we'll be actually having open fora. On Friday, the media will be invited, and in fact, the whole of next week. Because this will be open forum. We hope we'll get a bigger room within Bomas to be able to engage appropriately.
So I think this stage, according to the two leaders, they call it a crucial stage because sasa hapa nile give and take. I know there are so many people, especially in Azimio, who think there is no need for the bipartisan talk to go on, because one of the agenda there is high cost of living. Like, if you look at what the government is doing right now, is doing actually opposite of what is being debated on at that National Dialogue Committee, or in that National Dialogue Committee. So that's why you find that yesterday, the moment this meeting was resumed, there were so many people who came out loudly speaking about this issue, some of them saying that there is no point of having this kind of engagement anymore because there is no. But I personally don't think that is supposed to be the case, because as far as the high cost of living is an issue there are still other issues there which are supposed to be addressed. The issue of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the issue of official leader, the issue of audit. In fact, to be honest, the most important thing here is to fix this issue of audit, so that going forward, each and every electoral process ends up with an audit. I think that is what is supposed to be entrenched in the Constitution. And I think this move is okay. There is also something that was mentioned here. You know, the concept of one man, one vote, one shilling. That principle. One man, one vote, one shilling principle. You see, this is one of the things that William Ruto huwa hataki. I mean, that's why you find that last time when he toured Mount Kenya for that 5 to 7 days visit, whereby there was the issue of nyama choma, ile nyama at the State Lodge, where Gachagua convened that. The people there, according to what Martha Karua said later on, that they forgot the one man, one vote, one shilling concept. You see, many people don't understand what that means. But there's a time I came to realize that after listening to a certain speech by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was saying that if, for instance, each constituency is being allocated 50 million, that is just an example. And then you have a constituency like a constituency that has so many voters. Then you have another constituency that has very little voters in terms of numbers. Then if you allocate all these people equal share, that means the constituency with many people will suffer, and the constituency with the little people will not suffer. So I think this is what the one man, one vote, one shilling concept comes about. Because now, if you have to allocate bursary to these people now, let's say, for example, you're now supposed to allocate bursary, the constituency with so many people will suffer because that bursary, the amount allocated, itabidi iwe chini, so that to sustain the numbers. Whereas for this other side where the constituents are little in terms of numbers, then the amount being allocated itakuwa juu. So that is the narrative that is being peddled on this matter of when it comes to the one man, one vote, one shilling.
The divisions that we see in the country, the ethnic animosity that we see in the country, that if we started dealing with some of these issues, maybe some of this thing would dissipate. Because it is both about representation, but it is also about resources. When we introduce CDF, we are also attached to the constituency. So when you have an honorable member of parliament receiving 100 million shillings and another one receiving 100 million shillings, one is distributing 100 million shillings to 50,000 people. Another is distributing 100 million shillings to 1 million people. Is that equity? Is that child in Mathare or Kibera, will he ever have an opportunity ever of going to university if the highest bursary he can ever receive is 5,000 shillings? And we said, if we don't deal with some of these issues, people will consistently feel pent up.
In this debate here, there is that concept of one man, one vote, one shilling. So it's going to be passed in the National Dialogue Committee, but the question is, will it pass in the Parliament? The issue of audit has finally been agreed. But the question here is this: how comes Kimani Ichung'wah and the team suddenly agreed to have the audit done? Could it be because there is now a lot of pressure on the government, especially because of this fuel? I think the reason why Kimani Ichung'wah wameamua kukubali hili swala ni kwa sababu ya ile fuel. Maanake sasa mafuta inawapiga kabisa. Left, right and center. They are really suffering the wrath of Kenyans. And in fact, this time round is not even Raila Amolo Odinga who is championing it, but Kenyans have taken it upon themselves. In fact, Kenyans have told or advised Raila Amolo Odinga to now ajieke kando. Wacha Kenya wadili na serikali hii directly. So what they are doing right now is take it to the social platforms, take it to the media, take it to whichever media they have to convey their displeasure at how the government is running the agenda of this nation. And the person ambao tunadhani aliweka chumvi kwa kile kidonda sana ni Moses Kuria. Unajua Moses Kuria aliposema ile matamshi yameumiza serikali zaidi, yamezidi kuiumiza. Na honestly speaking, safari kimeumana. I don't know which narrative this government is going to use to convince the people that they are with the people. Right now, Raila Amolo Odinga doesn't even have to convince the people that he is with them. The people themselves are beginning to say that Uhuru alituambia ukweli. Raila was the better one. I mean, this is what people are saying out there. It's not, those are not my words, but what people are saying out there. So the bipartisan talk, however much people think that it should be disbanded because it's not serving the interest anymore, because it's as much as these people are talking about high cost of living, na bado ni debate ambayo inaongelewa pale, serikali inazidi kugandamiza, inazidi kuweka. Right now there's the issue of wealth, taxation on wealth, which is another factor ambayo inaumiza watu. So I don't know, but I'm just looking at the whole thing and saying maybe Kalonzo Musyoka is right by his words that we need to talk about the how. Of course, we've talked about the need to have the 2022 audit done, but then how now? How to be done? So the faction of Azimio are proposing an external auditor, but I think the people of Kenya Kwanza don't want an external auditor. They would want to have someone internally do the audit. But the best thing is to have an external auditor, just like what we did, what Kenyans did with the Kriegler, when Kriegler was called here to probably do some investigation as to what could have happened in the 2007 election and offer advice. So the best thing to do is to probably involve someone who is an outsider, someone who cannot be bribed. But if you involve a Kenyan body, then bribing aspect will come on board. So I think the best thing is to involve someone from outside, aje tufanyie audit, serious audit. And this audit should be supervised by the AU. Yes, so that this issue of servers can be put to rest. So for this issue of server to be put to rest, audit to be done. So Kimani Ichung'wah team, Kalonzo team, they have agreed, but now the problem is how to actualize this whole thing. So ladies and gentlemen, just go down below the comment section there and offer your comments below and tell us what to think about this sudden move by the Kenya Kwanza to agree to a system audit. Do you think there are some issues there behind the scene? Why have they suddenly decided to agree to this issue? Why not then? Why now? Just go below the comment section and tell us what to think about that. And to those people who have not subscribed to this channel, I'd like to kindly request you to subscribe to this channel and give this video a like. And to those who have supported this channel by either subscribing or liking, I want to tell you here that I'm forever grateful for that support. Without you, this channel cannot grow. So till you catch up again, please stay safe and stay blessed.